The 2025 Gargoyle Gecko season is starting to heat up, and I can't wait to show you all of our new groups. This group is with one of my favorite new up-and-coming males. This guy actually bred last year to Jessica Rabbit, but this year I paired him up to a female that is a Deadpool line animal. She is a Deadpool granddaughter. This guy's name is Sunset. You could see why, because he has some very, very bright orange markings, and this is a Deadpool granddaughter. So you could see she has awesome coloration on her as well. Sunset, calm down, man. And what I'm trying to produce with these guys is some very bright red striped animals, obviously, but I'm also trying to diversify the Deadpool lines and start to put some more bright orange coloration in them. You can see this girl is very dark and this guy is very bright, so they're going to make some absolutely killer animals. All right, next is another super exciting group from a super blotched, this is the female, this is one of my super blotched females I produced from Orange Dream, but the male I actually got from Gargoyle Queen, and she has some very, very beautiful Gargoyle Geckos. She's actually one of the OG Gargoyle Gecko breeders, and this is the male. His name is Plague, and he is another super blotched animal. You can see he is fired up right now, and she is obviously fired down, but he is just absolutely killer. A bunch of blotching all across his body and very, very busy patterning. You could see that these two animals together are going to make some insane super blotched Gargoyle Geckos. What I love about this is that the pattern is so scattered. You never know what you're going to get when you breed super blotched gargoyles. The stripes are more kind of reliable. You kind of know what you're getting with them, but super blotches could be all over the place. So that is the first female that he will be breeding with. This enclosure is all, you know, bundled up with a bunch of cork. And this is another Orange Dream daughter, another kind of like blotched animal. She is more of an orange blotch, as you can see. She's a red blotch and she is an orange blotched. She is fired up, obviously. I want to have these, you know, really killer super blotched groups because in the past I haven't focused too much on my super blotches, but this year it's going to change. We're putting up some really killer super blotches together, and I'm also going to be holding back a bunch of stuff. But there is one more female that is with this male that you're going to go bonkers for, and that is a female that is actually a full sibling of Kotex, one of my most craziest Gargoyle Geckos ever, Kotex. Her sister is actually paired up with Plague here, and obviously she is Kotex. And this girl that I'm about to show you, if I could find her, where the hell is she? They are basically a product of a super blotched with Deadpool Jr. I am completely destroying their enclosure, but I can't find her. Where? Oh, she's right here. And this is the girl. Okay, she is not as extravagantly nice as Kotex, but you could see that her reds are so deep, and she is a red-based animal, so she is fully fired up right now. And look at what these two will make. What these two will make are going to be some very, very busy, striped and reticulated, blotched animals. This deep red coloration that it almost looks like just one red brick, and it's hard to see the contrast when they're fully fired up, but what I love about this girl too is her silver eyes. She has some insane silver eyes that stick out with her red base, but wait until you see what these two produce. Some of my coolest animals I've ever made come from blotched and striped animals. So I'm excited to see what this group does. Look at that. This is such an awesome group. Very, very unique, I would say. Now I can't wait to show you some of the other Deadpool line animals I have breeding and some other lines as well. So Plague and his girls are ready for the breeding season. Don't let me not forget the cork bark in here, because they do need a lot of visual barriers. But let's go show you some of the other groups that are going to be breeding 2025. Now that you saw Kotex's sister, now it's time to show you Kotex, one of my favorite Gargoyle Geckos of all time. And this, the male is actually in shed. So it sucks because I really want to show you what he looks like on video, but I will put some pictures below. He is clearly in shed, but he is awesome. And what I like about him, he actually comes from Cosmic Exotics, great bloodlines as well, great breeder, but he has very, very scattered red color pattern, and that is what I'm going for with this group. Now, hopefully Kotex is not in shed and I could find her. I did want to say, guys, I am doing a massive sale on our merch, and I'm doing 20% off all our merch for our YouTube video watchers and video watchers, whatever. If you use the code YTMerch, you will get 20% off any merch on the website. So I'll put the link below if you want to get some merch, support our channel. But this right here is Kotex, and this female is probably one of my favorite gargoyle geckos of all time that I've produced here. You could see she is semi-fired up. She is not completely fired up, but you could see just like that splatter of red all around her body, especially when I show you guys the belly there and the cheeks and the head. Is just such an amazing gargoyle gecko. This animal is one of my favorite animals I've ever produced. She might be going into shed as well, but you could see that red coloration, that red color pattern even creeps into the nose area there. Eventually, the idea is to get more head coverage and lipstick coverage and even eyebrow coverage with that color pattern. But what I love about her, like I said when I was talking about the previous group, is that this is a product of Deadpool Jr. bred with a super blotched red female, and you can see that the lines aren't as neat down the back and down the sides. They're actually more like splotchy, and it looks like somebody splattered paint, red paint, all over her, and you see all those blotches on her sides there. And this is what I'm going for with this group. The male, which his name is Cosmo, and her Kotex are going to make some really, really busy, blotchy patterned gargoyle geckos. Take a look at that. That super deep red is what Deadpool line is all about, and she is a perfect example of what can be accomplished with Deadpool line. Now, speaking about Deadpool line, one of my favorite and most famous Deadpool line animals is Tampax, and I will show you him in just a second here. But before that, I want to show you his sister, which I also have here, and she is breeding to this male, Red Rocket. Now, Red Rocket is a male that was produced by Adeline Robinson, the very, very talented artist. She is also a very talented gecko breeder because she makes some awesome animals, and this is Red Rocket. You could see he is just super, super brightly covered red. The red is almost neon-like, and that is why I wanted to pair it with Pennywise's daughter, aka Tampax's sister. You're gonna see she is amazing, but she is a blood red gargoyle. Just like Deadpool line passes that blood red to all of his offspring, this was no different. So this is a Deadpool, this is a Deadpool grandkid, this girl right here, and you can see she got those really, really deep, dark red color pattern down the back and the sides there. She is such a unique animal, but what I'm trying to produce is animals like this with that deep red, but also animals with this crazy vibrant orange coloration that he has. Or I shouldn't say orange, but more of a red. Oh, I'm playing Gecko Hot Potato here. More of that super vibrant red coloration. All right, guy, come here. Let me put him down. Maybe he'll stay still if I just put him on top of this plant together so you could see. Now look at that. She is amazing. She is Tampax's she is Tampax's sister. So Deadpool daughter crossed with Pennywise made this absolutely stunning animal. Super thick red pattern everywhere, and this is the type of red that will last generation after generation. If you've been following us on Instagram at TikisGeckos 2.0, you have seen that I have recently showed what gargoyle geckos look like in like their first year of life versus their 10th or 12th year of life. There is a huge variability when it comes to how the gargoyle geckos hold their color, and that is why Deadpool line is so important, because Deadpool has held his color better than any other gargoyle gecko in the world. That is why he is the GOAT, and this is one of his granddaughters that has shown those same traits that he does with that red coloration. Trust the blood. when I tell you that these animals will outlast any other. Anyways, this is Red Rocket and that Tampax female. She actually pooed on me. Just pretend you didn't see that. Now I'm going to show you the best gargoyle gecko in the world, in my opinion. This is Tampax, and we're also going to reveal another one of his females that he will be breeding with in 2025. In a couple videos ago, I showed you one of the females, which was Jessica Rabbit, that I will be breeding him with. But this girl, you have never seen before. And this is an animal that was actually produced by Ruby Reptiles. And it is just such an amazing animal. Absolutely beautiful red coloration on her, a lot of coverage. And I love how the red color pattern there is so irregular. So you could tell that this is going to be a great combination to pair Tampax with. I'm planning on putting Tampax with 3 different females. This is one of them. Jessica Rabbit is the other. And the last female will blow your socks off. I will show it off at the end of this video. But that pair is going to happen a little bit more deeper into the 2025 season. But this is the first girl that Tampax gets paired up with. Hopefully he has done his job. And now let me show you Tampax right there. You can see the tip of his tail right here, how red that is. But let me pull him out because he is looking absolutely amazing right now. And Tampax, look at the color on this animal. The contrast, the color pattern, the just coverage on this animal is what makes this animal so special. I think this is probably the best gargoyle gecko in the world. There is definitely gargoyle geckos out there that are very, very nice with a lot of color pattern, but I fully believe that this guy will withstand the test of time, and we will see how his color 10, maybe even 15, 20 years down the line will still hold up. Mark my words. But anyways, this is why I wanted to show him off, because he is just absolutely insane. And this is the first female that I have him paired up with. Next, I'm going to show you another Deadpool grandkid. And then I'm going to show you the last female that will be paired up with Tampax in 2025. So they're together here. This will be a 1.1 group for the time being, because I want to make sure I keep the lineage very strict and track it very, very well, especially with an animal like this. And I want you guys to know that I may sell animals offspring from Tampax. I'm still not 100% sure. I most likely will, because I'm going to be producing a lot. But our YouTube members and the people who are subscribed to our email and text list are the ones who are going to get first dibs on that. Of course, YouTube members are king. They're going to get dibs on anything. But check out this next male. This is Young Blood. Now, this guy here is an offspring of an animal that I sold Ruby Reptiles, and this is actually going to be his first year breeding also, but this is Young Blood. So this one comes from I forgot what the name of the Solara. So this is a Dracula and Solara offspring from Ruby Reptiles, and Solara is a Deadpool daughter that has like almost a full, completely filled in dorsal. But you could see that this guy is just absolutely stunning. He has what I love in so many gargoyle geckos, which is that blue eye and that yellow eye rim around the eye. Now, aside from all the really, really gorgeous coloration, this guy is going to be an amazing breeder. Now, I have him here with 2 other females that I'm really excited to show you, because these females are actually unrelated to anything in the United States, and they are from an European import that I brought in not too long ago. Now, let me see if I could find them. I got to dig in here and look around, because this is such a heavily planted and furnished enclosure, but this is the first female. Now you can see that the coverage on this female is absolutely stunning. You can see she even has some eyebrow colorations. She's a little bit of a psycho, but she has that eyebrow coloration, great laterals and full coverage on her dorsal. Very, very nice. Look at Young Blood over there. He is not having a good time. He is not happy. Oh, he is not happy. Young Blood. What's wrong with you, man? He's he's not too big either, but he is not happy. So this is the first female I have him with. I think she is the nicest of the two, but let me show you the other female I have in here with him, because the whole point in breeding them to these like females from Europe is to diversify the bloodline. I love adding new bloodlines to my Gargoyle Geckos, and I will breed down in terms of quality to get healthier animals. And this is what I'm doing with this animal here. This is a very beautiful red and orange striped, but you could tell the quality is not up to par to his, but she is a robust animal with great facial features, great horns. The eyes and the snout are a very proper length, and the size of this animal is very, very well balanced. And that is why I bred him to her, or at least I'm going to. So this is one of the most exciting groups because we're going to get some absolutely new blood to mix into the Deadpool line stuff. And Deadpool line stuff is already very solid, but as we go on and as I start line breeding, I want to make sure that the blood is very strong, because once you put it back to each other, which I plan on doing from the 3rd generation on, that is when you could start to notice that, okay, these animals are, you know, being well put together. If you breed animals that are too closely related together, you may start to have problems, and that is why we're diversifying this blood. So let me put this girl back. One more good look at my man Youngblood here. He is not happy with it. Ooh, see, he's a little feisty guy. And I actually like feisty geckos because it means they're vigorous and they're ready to breed and they're ready to attack life. They're not going to be wimps and they're not going to die easy. They are super strong animals. But don't want to bother him anymore. Let's put this back, and now let me show you that female that will be eventually paired up with Tampax that I think will make the craziest Gargoyle Geckos in the universe. All right, guys, and this right here is that female I am so hyped about. This girl comes from Koalas Geckos, and the reason why I say all these breeders, some people might say, why do you give these breeders, you know, a shout out and potentially send some customers of yours over there? And it is because I truly believe that people who make quality animals like this deserve to have their credit. And I want to show you guys that I am all about diversifying my collection. I think I truly believe that I have the most diverse Gargoyle Gecko collection in the world. I import animals from all across the world and have geckos from every breeder virtually. So I want to show you guys that that is very important, especially with Gargoyle Geckos, because the gene pool is not as wide as it is with crested geckos, because there wasn't as many of them imported originally when they came into the US and across the world. But anyways, this girl is just completely saturated. She is a picture perfect example of what a red super striped Gargoyle Gecko will look like. And you could see that she has complete saturation, complete thick color pattern down her dorsal, down her tail, on her cheeks, you know, on her laterals, and her limbs. And she is just a very, very special looking gecko. This girl will be 2 years old in April, and that is when I plan to breed her, because I truly believe that Gargoyle Geckos do best when they're bred at around 2 or 2.5 years old. But she is up to weight already, but I just don't want to breed her up until she's 2 years old. Maybe I'll get a little anxious and pair her up in March, but definitely going to wait a little bit more and not going to be bred right away. This girl and Tampax will create magic. Mark my words, they will produce the greatest Gargoyle Geckos in the world, and I can't wait to produce them and hatch out those babies. Now, Gargoyle Geckos are known for not having their best breeding season in the first year, but as long as I get 2 or 3 babies from them, I am very happy with that. This girl is perfect from the tip of her nose to the tip of her tail. She has great horns, color, pattern, everything, size is good, and I can't wait to show you guys what the future holds. With that said, you guys, thank you guys for watching the video. I am so excited about Gargoyle Geckos. Let me know down below which group you're most excited about. maybe the top 3 groups you're most excited about, because I have a feeling most of you are going to say Tampax or Kotex. But I want to know what you guys are looking forward to and what your breeding plans are like. So let me know in the comments below, and I will catch you guys on the next video.